This is a short sequence to help with any neck and shoulder issues, to help ease any pains, aches, headaches, and to help with arm and shoulder mobility. So I get asked a lot about how to help prevent neck pain and neck stiffness. So one of the main things we can do is to create a little bit of space and stretch out the ligaments and the muscles along the back of the head, the neck, the scalene muscle which runs from the back of the ear to the top of your shoulder. And we're also working the trapezius muscles at the top of the back. So if you imagine your head is quite heavy, an average head weighs about 11 pounds. So the little tiny vertebrae, the cervical vertebrae, you've got 7 along the back of your neck. They keep your skull and your head in place. And what happens throughout our life, due to lack of awareness and bad posture, some people keep the head tilting up, so you're compressing the top of the cervical vertebrae. Some people, which is really common when we're down looking at our phones, we're keeping our head held down quite a long time. So then you're putting pressure and overextending the vertebrae at the bottom of the neck and the top of the trapezius muscles. So we're working on trying to bring a little bit of balance and get everything back to center. So we'll start by doing that with your breath. So closing your eyes, that helps you to bring your awareness into your body and just feel where your natural posture is and where your head position is. So you might realise that your head is generally pointing down, so you want to bring the chin up slightly. If you feel that the chin is pointing up, you want to bring it down slightly forward, so you're lengthening up the back of the neck. And just start to breathe into any areas that you feel quite stiff and tight, and being aware of what you feel. Connecting to the breath is what helps the yoga practice ease out all the ligaments and the muscles, helping to rid of the pain. So then being aware of the position of your shoulders. If your posture is coming down and your shoulders are hunched, that again will create stiffness and tightness at the top. So we want to extend the shoulders away from each other and back. So we'll start by holding the collarbones. As you exhale, bringing the shoulders together and rounding. As you inhale, lift and open the collarbones back. Exhale, rounding, so you can feel your shoulder blades moving, you can feel what's happening in your skeleton. And inhale, coming back. And one more, exhale, exaggerate that movement so you're really rounding the spine down. And inhale, coming back and open out the shoulders. So we want to hold our body in kind of a balance between those two states. So the shoulders want to be back, collarbones open, so the back's nice and straight. Brilliant. Keeping the neck really nice and long, we're taking the right ear down to the right shoulder. Try not to lift your shoulder up and try not to turn your head, so you're keeping your gaze forward and it's just the ear moving towards the shoulder. Breathing in. Big deep exhale as you slowly release the neck down to the side. Inhale back to centre and exhale to the opposite side. We'll repeat that one more on each time. One more on each side. Centre. So being aware of the little micro movements that are happening in the neck, stretching out the ligaments and the scalene muscle along the side. One more to each side. Centre, moving with the exhale. Back to centre, brilliant. This time we're turning the head to the left and the right, moving as you breathe out. So exhale, turning to the right. Inhale to centre. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to centre. Just one more on each side. Big deep breaths, as if you're rinsing out any tension and tightness. Back to centre, brilliant. This time it's taking a little semicircle down, so the chin is coming down to the shoulder, down to your chest, all the way around to the other side. And then rotating back to the other side. Again, one more on each side. And here you'll start to feel muscles along the back of the trapezius, the top of the butt back, start to release. So then back to centre, so just release that off now. So coming into the wrists, elbows and shoulders now. So if you have got a little bit of tension and tightness in your neck, sometimes that has an effect that you get little pins and needles or stiffness and kind of coldness in the hands because it's blocking the energy and the blood flow. So we're just taking some really nice gentle circling of the wrists as you're opening out the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then taking the circles back to centre. So just circling the wrists. Any clicks and pops is really good because you're just releasing any blockages in the joints. And back. Brilliant. And releasing that down. So going into bird wing this time. So if you imagine that your wings are, your arms are like the wings of a bird, you release them out and your wrists and your fingers really stretch out to help stretch the carpal tunnel which runs along the back of the wrist. So inhale, big chest up. Exhale, bringing the elbows back down, the hands and the wrists open out, spreading out your fingers as you squeeze your elbows back into each other. And then rotate down as you breathe out. So making the movement nice and fluid and flowing. There isn't really a right or wrong way to do it. Just enjoy feeling the movements of opening out the shoulders, opening out the wrists and the fingers. Exhaling as you're coming down, rounding down, and then inhale as you're reaching up and spreading the fingers out. Brilliant. One last one. And rotating the arms out. Exhale, and then just give a little shake. Coming into neck release. So again, we're working on elongating the neck and the ligaments that get tight and the muscle, the scaly muscle, again from the back of the ear to the top of the shoulder. So take the right hand out behind. The palm of the hand wants to be facing down about 10 inches off the floor. Moving that right shoulder back and down. Taking your left ear towards your left shoulder. If you can't quite feel the stretch, just play around with the position of your right hand and make some little yes and no movements with your head until you've got that stretch where you can really feel that really nice stretch along the side. Breathe really deeply into there for 3 deep breaths. Just feeling that your shoulder is moving away from your ear. So just releasing and getting rid of any tightness, any bad posture habits. The more you feel and stretch your body, the more awareness you have, so you can catch yourself when you are in those bad habits and bad postures. And when you've done your 3 breaths, moving back into the trapezius muscle now. So bending your arm, so this time your elbow is down and your forearm is parallel with the floor. Then taking your gaze to turn to the left. So you turn your head around, chin's coming down. Again, you can do some little yes and no movements till you feel that stretch right in the back of the neck now, right to the top of the shoulder. When you find that nice comfortable stretch, hold it there. Again for 3 deep breaths. And use your breath to wash out that tightness and stiffness. You'll also feel this a little bit in your jaw, so just be aware of releasing your jaw and your face. So we're not holding any tension there. When you've finished your 3 deep breaths there, holding the weight of your head in your hand and gently lifting your head up. And this is when your head feels a little bit wonky. That's good because it means that you've really stretched out those ligaments. So we'll finish off with that on the opposite side. So your right ear is coming to your right shoulder, releasing the right shoulder down. Left arm is behind with the palm down. Opening out the collarbone, the shoulder is moving backwards and downwards to create that space and that stretch. 3 deep breaths there, feeling that you're working into that scaly muscle. And just release with the breath out, releasing the whole of your head, releasing all the muscles around your eyes, around your throat, around your jaw. Because that tightness from the neck and shoulders can really hold in different areas. Brilliant. When you've done your 3 deep breaths there, we'll go into the trapezius release. So bending the arm, hand is parallel to the floor. Turning your gaze towards your right hand down on the floor. And feeling that stretch in the back of the head this time. Keeping the spine nice and straight. 3 really deep breaths. And using that breath to rinse out and rid any tension. When you've done your 3 deep breaths, breathing into the back and the upper back, holding your head again with your hand and just gently ease your neck back up. If you can learn to release the tension and stiffness in your neck, it'll just make every part of your life so much more manageable. And just releasing off the head there. So hopefully your head will feel a little bit wobbly, a bit more loose. You've got a little bit more space in your neck and your shoulders. So I hope you enjoy this little sequence and I'll see you soon. Thank you.